is going on, everybody? Logan here for a new video, and today we are talking about the Ford Mustang, the car that sold over 10 million units. Everyone knows a Mustang when you see one. It is ceasing production on May 3rd. Now, when I read that earlier today, I was upset. I mean, Mustang is my favorite car. I've only owned Mustangs. I've had a 2005 V6 Mustang and then this 2012 GT. Mustangs are just special to me. I mean, they're fun to drive. They're iconic. Everyone knows it's a Mustang. And when I read it, it was just like, wow, they're actually ceasing production. Now, in a year where COVID isn't running rampant and shutting everything down, I would just see that as a satire piece. But as I read into it and everything, it's official. On May 3rd, they're stopping production. But before you Chevy and Dodge fanboys get your hopes all up, it's only going to be down for about 4 days. From May 3rd to May 7th, they are stopping production. And it's not because Mustangs aren't selling, because some automakers, if one model in particular isn't selling very well, they'll stop production for a little bit and then resume later. But the only reason they're having this little pause is because semiconductors. Semiconductor chips. Pretty much, they are chips that help run the entire vehicle. All the cool things as far as different lights, halo lights, ambient lighting, electronic speedometers. Even like your seats, there's a semiconductor chip in there that is going to control your seat as far as moving up, down, left, right. Porsche, they're actually feeling it in the moving your seat left, right, up, down, all kind of different directions. They were advertising an 18 mode way to move the seats. Well, they completely axed that altogether because of the shortage of semiconductor chips. And even the F-150, the fuel management system, Ford had to cut that out because the shortage of chips. So it's not just the Mustang on Ford side feeling things, it's automakers everywhere. Even the Camaros, Challengers, and Chargers, they've all had to halt production for a period of time because of the shortage of chips. And for me, I mean, the first time I heard anything about a shortage of chips was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I saw a picture of all these brand new vehicles. They can't be sold because they're lacking the chips. I mean, they built the vehicles, but they just need the chips to come in so they can, install those chips so the car will be 100%. And the thing that's kind of crazy is that it's not a lack of raw materials to make these chips. It's the chip maker. They weren't, I don't know the company that makes them, but they weren't anticipating this kind of demand because they thought that COVID would lower the demand for cars. Well, no, it's actually the opposite. There's a high demand for cars right now, and they just didn't make enough. So this is a temporary thing. Automakers will run into this probably for the next few months until, well, maybe even 6-7 months. Until the chip maker makes an adequate amount of chips, that we're going to be running into these issues all across the car community. It's kind of crazy because you look at the price of cars right now. Price of cars are actually gradually going up. When I sold my car to Carvana, the 2017 Mustang, they actually gave me more money than I even paid for it last year. They gave me $1,500 more or $1,000 more, and I thought it was kind of weird, but that's because there's a shortage or there's a high demand for cars, and there's just not enough. I guess there's not enough cars to go around right now. So when the supply is low, demand's high, prices are going to go up. So that's why you're seeing some of these crazy deals on older Mustangs, older cars. It's just because there is a high demand for them and the supply is low. I saw a Mustang GT, it was like 2013 or 2014. It sold for $23,000. I saw a picture of it last week. I couldn't believe it. It was just a premium. Now, it did have low miles. It only had, well, low-ish miles. It had about 40,000 miles. It was a premium. It was a nice car, but for it selling that much, I think it's crazy because I bought this right here. It's a 2012 GT Premium. I bought it in 2015, November or October 2015 for $20,000, or I think it was $20,000. It was right on the dot. 21,000 was like $20,900, something like that. And it had 30,000 miles. So at that time, when it was built in 2011, so it was a 4-year-old car. Now, I was just talking about with that 2013. If it was a 2013, it would have been 8 years. 2014, 1997. So regardless, it was an older car than what I bought and had more miles, and it still sold for more. And until the chip makers make a correct amount, we're going to keep seeing these crazy deals for some of these cars. So there you have it. Ford is shutting down the production of the Mustang for a few days, but coming right back. So Mustang fans, you don't need to worry yet about the Mustang going away. I think Mustang has a bright future ahead of it. I mean, it's still one of the best-selling cars that Ford offers. But one thing I don't like is that they actually chose the Mustang to shut down the production. And the only reason they chose it is because the profit margin's less. They make less money selling a Mustang versus selling an F-150. So that's just one thing. I mean, they make less money on them, but there's the history behind it. The demand for it's still there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have Mustangs for the foreseeable future. And even when electric vehicles, start to make a bigger impact, as far as, you seeing more and more electric vehicles on the road, I really hope that Ford, Dodge, GM, they get together and maybe start making just E85 vehicles. Because I know that, vehicles, they're going electric because it's better for the environment, even though people don't see that the electricity has to come from somewhere, whether it's the gas in the car powering the vehicle or the power generating station down the road that's burning fossil fuels. The electricity has to come from somewhere. But regardless, I want the internal combustion engine to stay. I think that'd be cool if it was like just E85. Still, there'd be that exhaust note. More power, less fuel mileage, but 85% ethanol, and heck, I've even seen some cars go E100. But guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what y'all think of this entire situation down below. Not really a big thing, but there's just something to keep your eye on. They're shutting down the production of the Mustang for a couple days. But guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and please subscribe. And as always, have a great day.